Kiss 92.5 Studios in Toronto, Canada.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen.
This is Roz and Mocha.
It's Roz Mocha. What's going on?
Hey, I'm Shawn Mendes.
This is Selena Gomez.
Drizzy Drake.
Taylor Swift.
Post Malone.
Camila Cabello.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Right here. Turn up.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
I can feel
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Roz. Mocha. I just Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
$20,000. Are you seeing that? Are you seeing that?
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Are we ready?
Hoorah.
This is 5 in 7.
Welcome to it, everybody.
We haven't played this game in a while.
No, we have not, and I miss it. Very simple. Hello, damn it, Maury.
Hi.
It's never normal, huh?
No.
It's so easy to just be normal. Very simple. We will ask Maury to name 5 things. He has 7 seconds to name those 5 things. Feel free to play along at home or in the car, wherever you are. Damn it, Maury, are you ready?
Yeah.
Mocha will be the official judge and timekeeper. Mocha, are you ready?
Yep.
Maury, name 5 fictional islands.
Oh, Gilligan's Island. Fictional means fake, right? Loser.
Yeah. Okay. So would have given you, yes, Gilligan's Island, Island of Dr. Moreau, Fantasy Island, Skull Island from King Kong. Would have given you Neverland.
Yeah. But I had my question.
Which is?
Fake or real?
Yes. Okay.
Because if it was real, like Barbados.
Okay. Maury.
What about Love Island?
Maury.
Okay, yeah.
Maury,
Good one.
Maury, name 5 real islands.
Okay, Barbados, Dominican, Turks and Caicos.
Yep, Turks and cakes. Okay. So it really doesn't matter. Maury, real or fake, name 5 islands.
Okay, Gilligan's. I want to say Mexico. Manhattan.
Why didn't you just name 5 that you already said? Okay.
Thanks.
This is going exactly how I thought it was going to go, by the way. And if you're listening right now thinking this is a disaster, no, this is the game working perfectly. Okay. Maury, name 5 Madonna albums.
Okay, Bedtime Stories, Ray of Light, MDMA,
And you call yourself a Madonna fan? Oh man.
I knew it. I knew it.
You're a fake fan, huh?
music.
Like a Prayer, Ray of Light, Madonna, Confessions on the Dance Floor, Erotica, Bedtime Stories, music. Like a Virgin, True Blue, Music, I'm Breathless, Hard Candy, American Life, MDNA, and Madam X.
Madam X, and I love that one.
Yeah, no, you don't. Liar.
Damn it, Maury. Name 5 double-digit numbers in French.
Oh. 10. Sweet.
Excuse me. Set sweet.
Hey, what?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, you got that one already.
7, 8, 9, 10, tweet teeth.
10 tweet teeth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tweet teeth. No.
You want to try again?
It's going to sound the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. Wheat, tweet. Loser.
Okay, next.
Next. Maury, aside from eating, name 5 things you do with your mouth.
Oh, kiss, breathe, talk, lick.
Okay, that's 4. You did get 4. I will say that. Whistle was one of them I would have given you. You can whistle.
Oh, lie.
Right. Yeah, we can do one more. Damn it, Maury, are you ready?
Yeah.
Name 5 planets.
Pluto, Jupiter, Earth, Saturn. Pluto, Jupiter, Earth, Saturn. Oh, Uranus.
Unfortunately, you did not get that in time.
That's how you play 5 and 7.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I know nobody's getting a haircut, right?
Oh, yeah, I know.
But is anybody trimming down? Like, have you been trimming down at all?
I like body hair.
Yeah.
Nope.
No, huh?
I look disgusting.
I noticed last week I saw the hair on the back of your neck.
So I was going to say, the only thing I did the other day over the weekend was I trimmed up the hair on the back and on the sides.
Did you do that, or did you have Jenna do that?
No, I did it.
You did it. That's
I did
a
it
dangerous
myself.
move.
I did
Matthews.
Shave in the back of your neck. Like
I know,
that.
and Jenna, she was like a little disappointed because she wanted to do it.
Oh, really? Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, no, babe, like, I'll take care of that. It looked kind of disgusting.
Our hairstylist texted Matthew saying that if we wanted to go to the salon, he was going to have some, like, close clients come by and he'll, on the hush-hush, do some haircuts.
You're such a snitch. Like, what is the matter with you?
Wow.
You're such a snitch.
Why would you say that?
Why would you say that?
We didn't do it, though.
Obviously, because your hair's a mess today.
Just wanted to point out we didn't go.
So why? So were you considering it? Are you considering it or no?
No, because just for safety and everything like that.
That's a tough thing, man, when you show up with a haircut, right? But I'm wondering if people are trimming down. Like, are we doing anything below the neck? Is anybody doing anything below the neck?
Oh, I did below the neck.
Did you? Yeah.
Like way below the neck.
Yeah, because summer's like we're getting into the weather where people may be seeing things.
Yeah. Well,
right?
I charged the trimmer.
Yeah. Oh, you did? Huh?
Yeah,
It's all ready to go?
Yeah, because after I did my neck, I was like, you know what? In about a week or so, because the weather's getting nice.
Yes, I know.
Right?
How much do you have to do? I got to do my shoulders and the back of my neck.
Do you use the razor or do you use Nair?
I don't use Nair. You can't know. No, let me tell you something about being in a relationship more.
Let me shush, Mocha. Let me listen. I need to hear these things.
Okay, your partner doesn't want to walk in the house and smell Nair on you all day and in the bathroom and everything.
That's where you're wrong.
It's not. No, it's disgusting. It's not good. It's not good. No, I just I use a razor.
Yeah.
Like on the backs of my shoulders, I guess, right? I'm losing flexibility the older I get, so I'm starting to be able to reach less places, right? So I have a back scratcher that I was thinking about fixing the razor onto the end of the back scratcher. Yeah, man.
Hey, I saw online.
Yes, sir, I was.
And I'm sure you can get this on Amazon.
Yeah.
I saw online for a gentleman in your situation.
Which is what?
Old people that can't reach their back.
Which is, it's a contraption, right? It just looks like a hockey stick, right?
Yeah.
That's adjustable
Right.
in length.
A hockey stick?
Right? No, but on the end of the stick is where you put your razor.
Right.
So it's just a long ass handle that you can. And in the picture that I saw online, the gentleman looked very happy that he was able to reach all the way back there on his back.
See, I was almost at the point of where I was just going to tape a razor to the wall and just go up and rub up against it.
Desperate. That's so desperate.
You know what I mean? And just do squats. do squats up and down.
You'd cut yourself. You cut yourself for sure.
No, I would take 2 razors and I would have one facing up and one facing down beside each other. And I would just walk up like a bear and just and just squat up and down with my back against the wall. And mission accomplished. No, come on. No. That's how you do it. That's how you
Desperate times.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Okay, are we going to celebrate Talk Like Yoda Day?
Is it officially Talk Like Yoda Day? Says who?
I assume that if it's on the internet and it comes up,
no.
then it's real.
I need to figure. Because I sometimes think
What
that you
makes
just
today?
put stuff in there. Because today is the anniversary of Empire Strikes Back. So I guess people have piggybacked Talk Like Yoda Day on there.
Oh.
Empire Strikes Back. Mocha, quickly, what year did it come out?
1979.
No.
1980.
Yes, 1980. 40 years.
Wow, crazy.
Yeah.
40 years ago I was.
You were what?
Yeah, you were what?
There on the big screen I was.
I have to confirm that this is actually a thing. You can continue, Maury. Talk.
Do or do not. There is no try. Ooh.
Yoda Day. I need to find one reputable thing that says it's Talk Like Yoda Day. Still looking.
You got any more lines?
Fanhattricks.com says it's Talk Like Yoda Day.
That sounds legit. Here we go. Ooh, fear is the path to the dark side. Ooh.
Why do you always say ooh?
Because I heard it once. Oh, ooh. Me heard it once, I did.
See, that sounds like Jar Jar to me.
Yeah.
No, Jar Jar blinks.
Yeah, Jar Jar, he does blink. Everybody blinks, really.
Yeah, Jar Jar blinks. Go
Isn't
ahead.
he more like...
Excuse me. What?
Isn't he the
No,
big...
sound like Snuffleupagus.
Yeah.
Sesame Street.
I heard Shaggy or Scoob.
Oh, yeah, a
rather.
little bit.
No, Scoob is more like, Zoink.
No, that's Shaggy.
No, Shaggy's more like, go get the car, Scoob.
Scoob doesn't say zoink. What?
Wait, which one goes...
Are you drunk right now?
No.
Look it.
A little bit, right?
It really does, yeah.
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 Everything okay at home?
Yeah, no. Which one goes, go get the car?
I was thinking about this the other day. Maury could have had coronavirus this whole time and Matthew still wouldn't have caught it. You know what I mean? Has he been within 8 feet of you in the past 4 months?
Only to say... Only when he yelled out, can you get me my towel?
Oh.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Hello, you've got the Roz and Mocha Show.
Hey, guys, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
I am awesome. It's Patrick calling, by the way, but I was listening to the little yoga segment that Maury was doing, and I wanted to let you guys know that I think he does a very good Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, and I was kind of hoping to hear more and maybe some other impressions he has in his back pocket.
Oh, sorry. This whole time, I thought you said when Maury was doing his yoga segment.
That's what it sounded like to me.
And I was like, when did that happen, man? Also, ooh. So when he was talking like Yoda, because apparently today is Talk Like Yoda Day, right?
Right.
And Maury's Yoda impression is terrible, but you say that he sounds more like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo?
Well, it may be because they both kind of sound like nervous prepubescent teens asking someone out to prom, but...
Oh, damn.
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so Maury, do you remember, Maury, what Shaggy sounds like?
Zoink. Yeah, I do.
Okay. And I guess this is relevant because that new Scoob movie just came out, right? Before
You guys
this,
watch it?
No, Roxy did.
Yeah. Did she like it?
Yeah, I think, but to her it was a whole new thing because I was just going to say, before this, I think that we would have had to explain who Shaggy and Scooby-Doo were because I don't think kids today know what
they all
Shaggy
know.
and Scooby-Doo are. But because of this new movie, I think maybe they do.
Yeah.
Zoink, I'm glad she loved it.
I didn't say she loved it. I said she watched it. Okay, so what else do you know, more?
Well, Morgan Freeman.
No, I mean for Shaggy.
Oh. Zoink! Is that Morgan Freeman? Well, yes, it is. I loved the new Scoob movie. Zoink! And I love Shawshank!
Well, there you go. Does that give you everything you needed, man?
Yeah, I definitely appreciate that. That's awesome.
Well, thank you so much for calling.
So disappointed right now.
I know.
Thanks, brother.
No worries.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I wasn't even really aware that Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was back, and sort of like a different format too. Is it all celebrity edition of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and Jimmy Kimmel hosts it?
Oh.
And I guess that when the celebrities come on, they're allowed to bring on somebody who they know who is smart to help them.
Okay.
I don't know, it's weird. But last night on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Dr. Phil was on.
Oh, okay.
And this was the $32,000 question. So here's Jimmy asking the question.
You have all your lifelines. Your next question is for $32,000. Believe it or not, not. 27 U.S. states lie at least partially north of Canada's southernmost point, which is in what province? Saskatchewan, Nova Scotia, Ontario, Quebec. How's your geography, Dr. Phil?
Terrible. Well, I think Nova Scotia is pretty north. I think it's pretty far up north. Quebec has got to be north of Ontario, right?
You do have lifelines you could use.
My gut tells me Quebec, but I mean, do we take that gamble or do we use a 50-50?
Ooh. So do you know what the answer is?
Read the question again. 27?
Okay, yeah. Okay, so believe it or not, this is the whole thing. 27 U.S. states lie at least partially north of Canada's southernmost point, which is in which province? So what he's saying is that there are 27 states in the U.S., the northern U.S.
That all border Canada.
Okay. Maybe. That lie more north than what Canada's southernmost point is. Meaning Canada is always perceived as being all of it north of America. But there is a southernmost point of Canada, which lies in this province. That southernmost point is actually further south than 27 U.S. states.
Oh, it's Ontario. It has to be Ontario.
Okay, so here's what Dr. Phil did.
All right, I'm going to use 50-50.
You want to use a lifeline?
No, but I'm going to.
All right. Computer, please take away 2 of the incorrect answers. Well, that was helpful, right?
Yeah.
So what were the 2 answers that they took away?
So they took away, I believe, what were they here? Saskatchewan and Quebec. Because remember, he was debating whether it was Quebec or not, right?
It's Ontario, for sure.
It has yes, of course it's Ontario. So here we go.
I think we should do Ontario. What do you think?
I agree.
C, final answer, Ontario.
Oh, no. And that was so... Yeah, it's Ontario. Yeah, of course it's Ontario. Where Toronto is.
Where Toronto is.
Thank you, Jimmy. Made me feel stupid for a second. I thought it was
like crazy, though? Isn't that crazy? 'Cause I don't think that actually a lot of people know that. That I think that they may know that if there's a few spots in the U.S. that are more north than the most southern part of Canada, but I don't think that they realize it's 27 states.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, Chris, how you doing, man? It's Roz and Mocha.
Hey, guys. I'm all right. How you guys doing?
Good, buddy.
So you wrote us this, Roz and Mocha Fix My Life. I'm an actor and was doing pretty well before this whole COVID crisis. I'm also a new father, and my son's mother has a normal 9 to 5. I'm always busy doing things to try to further my career, but it leaves her alone a lot of the time. And I know she's stressed out, but I'm also trying to build myself in the entertainment industry. How can I go about giving 100% to my career and also doing my best to help out and be a good dad?
I can imagine that, especially during this time, it's tough for you to even get work.
Yeah, so, the industry's been closed now for... my last audition was in March, so about 2 months now. Voiceover stuff's been going still, but that's kind of it. Yeah, I was doing pretty well. I booked a pilot before this all happened, and then, just trying to run around, audition, and get stuff going. And it's been tough because, he is 10 months old. So before, it was a lot of late nights and crying all the time and whatnot. But now it's getting better, but it's still, I'm kind of on the go all the time. And she's home.
Your question was, how can I go about giving 100% to my career and also doing my best to help out and be a good dad? The answer to that is you can't, right? That's just a simple answer. You can't go all in on 2 things simultaneously. You can't be a great parent and also, work 60 hours a week. You could be a good parent. But you're not going to be that great parent that you maybe think, is there all the time for all the things. You are going to miss things. And, you're either going to miss things with your kid or you're going to miss things at work. But I think that the great thing with all of this is that it's not forever. right? Like when kids are really little, when they need, you can't do anything with them, right?
Yeah.
They're at home. Somebody has to go all in with the kid, and both parents can go all in with the kid, but somebody has to go all in with the kid. And if somebody else is going to go all in with work, you both can't do both. And I think that's just the reality of parenting. And, let's just say, you're at the beginning of this, right? Let's say that you actually, if this starts to work for you, let's say that you do book a pilot. Let's say that you book a show and it shoots in Croatia for 4 months.
That'd be great one, but
but what do you do with your family?
It's tough because I booked the show in it was Montreal there for 2 weeks, and I took them with me the first week, and second week they came back to Toronto by themselves. I would assume that I'd kind of do the same thing, maybe take them half the time, and if it's possible, because her job is kind of straightforward.
But what do you do when the kid's 10 and she's in grade 4 or he's in grade 4?
And that is tough.
Right?
What are the conversations that you're having at home with you said your son's mother? Is it your wife or your girlfriend?
Girlfriend.
Okay, so what are the conversations that you're having at home with your girlfriend about this?
She's pretty good with it, even though I know that it's very hard on her sometimes, that she just doesn't let me know that all the time. And sometimes I can see it on her face, I can see it, hear it in her voice, that she's just fed up, with me going outside all the time, and I'm gone audition there and here, and we're going to do like classes and reading and whatnot. So we kind of talk about it, and she's okay. So she's going back to work in 2 months. So I said, hey, a babysitter's got to be used, or because make use of our family around here, babysitters. And she is more of, why am I always trying to pawn off my kid on other people? I'm like, I'm not. I just know that we have to have help.
Yeah, these are tough conversations, man, because you said that, you want to build your career, you want to go 100% on that, but you also want to be a great dad. And again, this goes back to, leaving your kid with a stranger for 12 hours a day is not being a great dad. It may be necessary. It may be something that most people wind up having to do to just make ends meet and pay the mortgage or the rent or buy groceries or whatever it is. Like, there's no shame in that. But if you're asking, how do you be great at both things? The answer is you cannot. So the conversation that you guys have to have, I think anyway, is that if you are going to have this arrangement where you're going to do, where you're going to act and you're going to audition and you're going to go to readings and you're going to do all this stuff, that can happen. But the only thing that has to happen before that is every single person in your household needs to be on board with that. Because otherwise resentment's going to kick in, and it may be fine for a year, but what happens if you don't book anything for another year and a half?
One of the things you had said is that your girl says that it's okay, that you are dedicating part of your life to acting, and maybe not at home as much as she would like, but you said that you can see it in her face or you can hear it in her voice, right?
Yeah.
That to me is a sign that she's not all that okay with your decision right now. She may be down the road, but to me it sounds like she needs you to be at home, to be helping out a little bit more. Maybe if it's even just to give her a break.
Yeah, she said that exact thing to me before, that she just at least likes some help sometimes when she wants to be alone. Just take him and just know that, listen, don't ask, just take it, please. It's just sometimes, the timing doesn't add up right. So when she's having those moments, could be very busy and I can't really get to take him.
Very busy doing what?
For example, one time I had to help a friend with audition piece, and they helped me on one, so I felt, obligated to return the favor. And it kind of ran in time with her needing a break.
Yeah,
so
but Chris, I'm going to stop you right there. Nothing is more important than looking after your son. Doing a favor to help out a friend is not more important than being there to take your son from his mother so she can get a break.
Yeah.
What you're doing right now is you seem like you're doing your thing, and you're only stepping in when your girl is at her absolute wit's end and just can't take it anymore. And then you sort of jump in to be dad. That's the absolute wrong way to go about this. Every single moment that you guys are together as a family should be this dynamic of where everybody is on the same page. You shouldn't be in the house but not present.
Yeah.
And then in 5 years, when the kids start school, you start back up again. You give the acting thing 100%.
That's true. That's Wow.
You know, you can still do it, man. Like you can still do it. You just can't. You just can't pretend like you don't have responsibilities. Otherwise, why are you working so hard? What are you working for? You're at this point, you're only doing it for yourself then. Which, guess what? You can't do that anymore.
Wow. Yeah, talking some real truth.
In your note to us, you said, how can I go about giving 100% to my career, but also doing my best to help out and be a good dad? You have to give 100% to being a good dad. That's the answer.
All right. Well, thanks, guys.
All right, brother.
Thank you. All right, y'all. Thank you.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, I wanted to get your opinion on this.
The jacket? I love it.
No, it's the same jacket I wear every day, dingbat.
Oh.
Come on.
Well, I love it every day.
Don't troll me like that.
I still love it today.
Why you gotta troll me like that? I'm trying to find, I just had it here and I lost it.
That's what she said.
We can do that game. Hold on here. It was Drake. Drake put out his top 5.
Ooh, here we go.
Drake's top 5 rappers of all time. Let me find out when he actually sent this. I don't know when it was. Started trending this morning. That's when I saw it. Could be old, though. Who do you think is Drake's top 5 rappers of all time?
I think Drake is going to put on there Jay-Z. I think he's going to put Eminem. I think Drake would also put Nas.
Okay.
I think Drake would put, I want to say Biggie, but I don't know if Drake would put Biggie on his list. Definitely Eminem, definitely Jay-Z, definitely Nas.
Okay.
Who else would put, Drake would put Tupac, because I know he likes Tupac.
Mm-hmm.
And number 5, he would, I wonder if he would put Snoop.
Can you guys find out when he posted this for me, please?
Would he say Snoop? He'd have to pick somebody else from the West Coast, I think.
You think so?
Am I right on any of them?
Barely.
Really?
Yeah.
Who do you put?
Barely.
Are they all like old school rappers or new? Like anybody new?
No. It's what's that?
Middle of the road.
Yesterday? Yeah. So this is what Drake posted yesterday. So Drake's top 5.
Okay.
And you hit on something interesting. You hit on something interesting, which is where would Drake put Biggie? Now he just listed them.
Okay.
But so he didn't number them like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but he did put them in order. So you can assume it's an order, or you can say they're just randomly thrown together.
Okay.
So this is Drake's top 5. Biggie.
Yep.
Jay-Z.
Yep.
That's Hove, right? Thank you. Okay.
Yes, Dad.
Lil Wayne.
Oh, Lil Wayne. I forgot about Weezy.
Okay. Young Tony.
Young Tony?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know who that is. And Andre 3000.
Ooh, admirable. Yeah. Andre 3000 from Outkast.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
No Eminem.
No Eminem.
He's a huge fan of Eminem.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So what are your thoughts on that? Who's Young Tony?
Now, is
Who's
it
that? Who's that?
He's a Toronto rapper, commonly known as OVO Hush.
OVO Hush? Okay. Who's OVO Hush?
Young Tony.
I don't mean to diss Young Tony. I just never heard of the man. Right? So maybe that was just a push for the young guy, right? Sticking him up there with the greats like that?
I think it's interesting.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So who's your top 5 then?
Oh, Jay-Z, Biggie, Nas, don't ask me this question.
Jay-Z, Biggie, Nas, you got 2 more.
I know. And I have this conversation with myself
all the time. Yeah, fair enough.
A lot.
Yeah, fair enough.
A lot. Eminem is on my list.
Yeah, that's 4. Who's got that 5th? It's tough, huh?
Yeah, number 5 always gets me because I change. Number 5 changes for me all the time.
Number
5 for me
in the
could,
race? Like who's in the race for 5?
Oh, number 5. So Black Thought from the Roots.
Yeah.
Common.
Yeah.
Kanye.
Yeah.
Raekwon from Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
Sometimes Ghostface from Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
Like my number 5 changes all the time.
Huh? But
Yeah.
your number 4 is pretty much a lock, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, interesting. I like that he put Andre 3000. I never would have thought that he would have put Andre 3000.
Great lyricist.
But now when I see that, I'm like, God, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no, for sure.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Quarantales, part 4.
Oh, here we go.
David Morey spent his long weekend making random phone calls across the country.
Cold calling people. Now, do you have a list that you write numbers down on, or you just make them up in your head and just start dialing? You just make them right up in your head. Okay.
And the way Quarantales works is David Morey will give the first line in this story, and then the person on the other line will have to say, continue the story.
Yeah. And then once he gets it from them, then he calls somebody else to continue and calls somebody else to continue and calls somebody else to continue.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
I'm good. This is Maury from the Roz and Mocha Show. And guess what?
What?
You are going to start off Chapter 4 on Roz and Mocha's Quarantales.
No way.
Yeah. So how this works is I randomly call people and everybody's going to add lines to this amazing story that we're all going to create.
Oh, all right. Sounds good.
Opening the book, paper sound effects. Their parrot Truffle saw everything.
But no one knew that a parrot would be the only witness to their secret. I'll never tell. I'll never tell, the bird said. But what he saw was a lie that would affect so many.
The parrot's owner had always been such an upstanding citizen before. But now that the parrot had seen its owner steal something so valuable and rare, there was no going back. Hello?
Welcome to Roz and Mocha's Quarantales. You're the next person to add to our story.
I think I have the wrong number.
Hello?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
This is Maury from the Roz and Mocha Show, and you're the lucky caller because you're the next person for Roz and Mocha's Quarantales.
Okie dokie, let's do it. Why not? Let's do it.
Okay.
Am I an accomplice now? The parrot lamented as he reflected upon the mess they've made. He would do anything for him. He was sure of it now.
Parrot remembered his owner's wife, specifically showing him those shiny new bottles and said, "This shampoo and conditioner is from the salon and it is very expensive. Do not use it." But sure enough, there his owner was, lathering up a storm with this pricey salon-grade shampoo and conditioner that was just too good for his scalp. This will not end well for him.
Hello.
Hello, welcome to Roz and Mocha's Quarantales.
I'm just shopping right now. Who is this?
This is Maury from the Roz and Mocha Show.
Okay, dude, I'm shopping right now. I don't have time. Can you take me off your list?
Okay, so little did the husband know, his wife already swapped the bottles, and he was actually lathering with Nair hair removal. As the husband was lathering, he noticed his beautiful thick hair was falling out. Oh my God, what have you done? All I wanted was big, beautiful hair. That's where I keep all my secrets, and now it's falling out.
Hello?
Hey, This is going to be weird. You called me the other day about your story.
Oh, Quarantales.
Yeah, that was really funny. And can I add to your story?
You want to add? Oh, okay, I wasn't prepared for the, if you want to add to the story, absolutely.
Plot twist.
Okay.
All right. As punishment for the next 2 months of quarantine, the wife would force him to dress up like Mr. Clean, complete with earring and tight white jeans when he had to go out for the weekly grocery run. As he was about to head out again, Truffle the parrot looked at the husband and squawked, "I'll always tell."
Oh, yes. Wow.
There you go, Quarantales Chapter 4.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Jeremy Lin was doing a Zoom sort of podcast.
Excuse me.
What?
Please refer him by his rightful name.
Which is what? Jeremy Lin.
NBA champion Jeremy Lin.
Sake. Okay, so NBA champ Jeremy Lin.
Thank you.
Was talking about his time in 2015, that disastrous year for the Lakers. A story about Kobe Bryant coming to practice the day before the trade deadline. Listen to this.
I remember at this time he had gotten hurt and he was out for the season, and so he wasn't around for quite some time, just rehabbing and being away from the team and stuff. And then all of a sudden, after we hadn't seen him in like a few weeks, and all of a sudden he walks in the gym, and this is the day before the trade deadline, and we're all about to start practice. We're on the baseline, we're stretching, doing our dynamic warm up or whatever, and then he comes in, sweatsuits. He has a sling around his, for his hurt shoulder, and he has his shades on, his Kobe shades. And he walks in, and everyone's like, "Oh!" And Carlos Boozer's like, "Kobe, like, good to see you, bro. Like, dang, like we haven't seen you in a bit. How come you came today?" And he was just stone faced, and he was like, "I just came by to say bye to some of you bums who are gonna get traded tomorrow." He sits down at the table with the where you control the scoreboard at the practice facility, and he said a couple words to the coach, and then he left. And then I remember one of my teammates was just like, "I lost all motivation to practice."
Oh no!
So Kobe walked in before trade deadline and say, "I just want to say bye to some of you bums that are going to get traded tomorrow." But here's the best part. Here's the best part of that story. They didn't trade anybody the next day.
So they were
all still there. They were all still there when Kobe came back the next time.
That's a great story from NBA champion Jeremy Lin.
Yeah.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
In Virginia, restaurants were allowed to open, and there's a restaurant out there that, in order to create social distancing, what they've done was get a bunch of mannequins and put them in clothes and seat them at tables. So that when customers come in, you can still keep, like if you and I are a couple and we go to a restaurant,
right?
We would be sitting at a booth, let's say, and then the booth next to us would be like a mannequin couple. And then the booth behind them might be real people couple. And then there's another restaurant in South Carolina.
There's easier ways of doing that, right?
Instead of, so this restaurant in South Carolina is doing the same thing, but they use blow-up dolls that they bought on Amazon.
Excuse me.
Blow-up dolls that they used on Amazon, or that they bought on Amazon. And they dress them up in clothes. They have masks on their faces so they don't and wigs.
Okay.
Because what they didn't want to do was put like giant yellow tape, or they didn't want to tape off any of the restaurant booths and make it look less scary to people coming in.
Less scary than sitting and eating fish and chips beside a blow-up doll?
Here's what the owner of this one restaurant in South Carolina called Open Hearth had to say.
They're very humorous. They have nice faces, and the ladies have pretty makeup on, and the wigs were gifts from different people.
Okay, there's a reason the blow-up doll is pretty makeup on.
Yeah. However, one customer in the restaurant had this to say.
Thank you.
When talking about the blow-up dolls and how he felt about dining in an establishment that had blow-up dolls in it.
I might even kiss one of those dolls before the night's over.
I think you'll have to buy her a drink first.
If she can drink it, I'll buy it.
Wow, it's going too far. Okay, it's just gone. Everything has gone too far. It is gone just way too far.
Listen though, they have to do what they have to do to make back the money that they've lost over these past how many weeks, right?
Yeah.
If they're allowed to be open, but they still have to maintain social distancing for the customers and for the staff as well.
There's easier ways of doing it. Okay, I don't want to go to a restaurant and not only sit next to a blow-up doll, but I don't want to go to a restaurant and sit next to a guy who just bought a blow-up doll a drink for the purposes of then making out with the blow-up doll in the restaurant.
But it doesn't look like a blow-up doll, per se.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Welcome back. How's the long weekend?
Good, man. I still haven't started watching the Jordan doc yet. I'm going to, though, because it's all wrapped up now, right?
Yeah, it's finished.
Now's when I'm going to...
I had to stay away from all social media yesterday because every single time I either went to Instagram or Twitter, there was something Jordan related because I have not yet seen the last 2 episodes.
Right.
My routine, once it airs on Sunday and they release it on Monday on Netflix, is to wait till the end of the week. And I watch on Friday night, make myself a drink, got my snacks.
It's incredible what a documentary can do because you'd think that Jordan has sort of hit peak popularity when it comes to fans.
Yeah.
You don't know if fans are willing to go more than they already have for Jordan. But I'm reading this story here where an autographed pair of Air Jordans from 1985, that has to be 1985. That's not right. Is that right? 85?
Sure.
Yeah. Sold for $560,000 on Sunday.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So this documentary, if you don't think this documentary just like upped everything in Jordan's world.
And there's a lot of people out there who don't even know Michael Jordan as a basketball player.
Yeah.
They know Michael Jordan as a brand.
Yeah, as the shoe.
Right? As the sneakers.
Yeah.
I got his sneakers.
Yeah.
Isn't he just a sneaker guy?
Yeah, somebody paid $560,000, smashing the world auction record for sneakers.
Does it say which ones?
It's Air Jordan 1s.
Oh, AJ 1s.
AJ, is that what they call them? AJ 1s?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Does it say what color?
No, they didn't say what color. What's the most expensive pair of shoes? What's like the most... What's that? Red and white.
Oh,
Makes
the
sense.
classics, the originals.
Yeah, the OGs.
Oh,
You got to go for that. Huh?
You know, I have a pair of Jordans, a pair of AJ 1s that were... Where did I buy it? I bought it at like a Nike outlet sale in the States, I think.
Right.
And they were like a multicolored.
Yeah.
Actually, now that I think about it, I had two that I got rid of, and I regret now. Oh man!
So what were they worth though?
Oh, I paid like $130.
No, like at a resale. If you were to go to like one of those shoe conventions, which I didn't even know existed until I met a kid at a grocery store.
Dude, they have a big one at
the convention center.
Yeah,
I know. And they bring like their duffel bags full of like
I think the last one
I don't even know, rare shoes, I guess.
Yeah, I think the last one that happened last year, a fight broke out because somebody sold somebody else allegedly fake. I think Jordan 4s or Jordan 3s. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
You got to be careful.
Now,
man.
do they validate, or when you go to these shoe conventions, for anybody who doesn't know what this is, I met a kid at a grocery store way outside of the city. I was away for the weekend.
Yeah.
And I had said, hey, what are you doing this week? And he's like, well, I'm going to take the train into Toronto to go to the whatever the hell this thing was called. And I was like, what is that? And he's like, it's a shoe like convention. And I was like, what is a shoe convention? And he goes, well, you bring like runners with you, like your valuable shoes, and you trade them or sell them or buy shoes. And I was like, how many people go to this thing? And he's like, thousands.
Yeah, dude. It's incredible.
Yeah. And he told me that the last one, he sold a pair of shoes for $3,000.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is a legit thing, right? So the Jordan doc, if you already are thinking that all Jordan merchandise and those OG sort of Air Jordans were worth a lot before this doc, look at this. They were expecting $150,000. They got $560,000 for a pair of Air Jordans over the weekend.
And I'll tell you, every weekend, ever since this documentary came out, every weekend that a new pair of Jordans go on sale, like... Because I just shop, I buy everything on the Foot Locker app or the website.
Yeah.
They sell out in like minutes because the bots are out there.
They get them.
Does every shoe, if they're in mint condition, like any shoe has a value?
No.
Because I got like a pair of mint silver Rockports.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
You should go online.
Never worn.
Never
worn.
Still in the box?
Still in the box.
Yeah.
Still with the paper wrapped around them?
Yes.
Oh my God.
I found a pair of shoes in my closet this weekend that I put on, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, these are the most comfortable shoes I've ever owned. I told Catherine, I'm like, get me more of these. I don't even know when I got them. And then I went on their website and they shut down.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show
podcast.
It was wild on the roads over the long weekend. OPP were busy.
Ooh.
And if you follow OPP Highway Safety Division on Twitter, man, they put everybody out there.
Yeah.
Accident, speeding, impaired driving. Yo, they use first and last names too. Yeah. They were busy.
It's tough.
Impaired driver stopped on the QEW at Centennial Parkway, speeding 171 and registered approximately 2 times the legal limit of alcohol. Followed by Lucian Mihalka, 39 years old, from Toronto, now charged with impaired driving. Another tweet reads, 167 in an 80 zone.
Oh, God.
charged with street racing on such a beautiful day. What's the hurry? Now you have to think about your hashtag 7-day license suspension.
Wow.
And 7-day vehicle impound.
And these
Just
are all
slow
young.
down
These
and
are
enjoy
all,
the ride.
They're all young too, right? These
Yeah.
people? Yeah, no, I hear you.
25-year-old driver stopped in heavy rain by OPP in Hamilton on the QEW. The driver advised they couldn't afford to lose their vehicle again as they were recently charged with stunt driving. Hashtag arrive alive. Hashtag when will they learn?
Oh, God. Exactly. Like you're going to get caught. I saw a guy get caught yesterday.
Did you really?
Yeah, blew through a stop sign and a crosswalk that was going.
Oh, my God. Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah, and the cop was right there, chasing him down the road.
How do you not see a stop sign and a crosswalk?
Well, obviously he did.
And just disregard.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah. It was wild. I stopped, and the woman was walking around across the crosswalk with her dog and did that and had to pull the little dog
Oh, no.
by the leash, and the dog went about 2 feet in the air.
In
Yeah,
an
it was
instant,
nuts.
your entire life could change.
It was nuts. Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and I didn't know what to do at that point. I'm like, do I honk the horn? And there was so much going on, all in the span of 2 seconds. But they got the guy. I'm sure he's on the list.
Yeah, somewhere. First and last name.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Sarah Paulson finally reacted to looking exactly like Adele. So Adele popped up around Christmas on Insta, and she had lost a lot of weight. And a lot of people were like, that's not Adele, that's Sarah Paulson.
Mm-hmm.
And then so Sarah Paulson immediately started trending, and then Adele sort of went away. And then she popped up again last week on Instagram, looking like Sarah Paulson again.
Yeah.
And then Sarah Paulson started trending. And
at
everybody's-
one point, Sarah Paulson was trending higher than Adele.
Yes, thank you.
So many people were talking about it.
Thank you. So this is Sarah Paulson finally reacting.
I was on Twitter and I just happened to be scrolling through and it said Sarah Paulson is trending. And I was like, wait, what? Did I die? What happened? And I just, was scrolling through it. And then I was like, oh, it's the Adele thing again. I mean, this has been going on for a while. This Adele looks like Sarah Paulson. Sarah Paulson looks like Adele. Listen, I'll take it. I mean, what I wish they were comparing was my talent to her talent and saying that mine was as great as hers, which quite honestly, they can't say because no one's talent is as great as hers, which is really irritating. But I'll take looking like her. Man, she's a beauty. So sure, great. Give it to me. I'll take it.
Wow. I love that.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hello?
Natalie, it's Roz and Mocha. Happy birthday.
Shut up. Are you kidding me right now? Oh my God. Hi, Roz. Hi, Mocha.
How are you?
Hi, Sam. Oh my God. Thank you so much for calling me.
What's going on?
Oh my God. I'm just getting ready for work.
Oh, what do you do for a living that you got to go in? Are you going in or are you getting ready for the day to work from home?
No, I'm going in.
Oh.
I work at one of your favorite stores.
The LCBO.
Yeah.
Do you really?
I do.
That was just straight up fluke.
I knew it was your favorite store. I listen to you guys. I got some Strongbow for you, Roz.
Oh, good.
How have things been for you guys over at the LCBO?
It's been good. It's been challenging, of course, with everything else that's been going on, right? So we have our plexiglass up, and we have face shields, and we have sanitizer. We have all kinds of stuff. So we have, so we're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
And you guys are going back to regular hours, huh?
Yeah, slowly. We're still going to be shut down on Mondays, province-wide, as far as I know. And yeah, we're going to be going to more regular hours again. So
Hey, let me ask you this. What is because I drive by the LCBO right before 11 a.m. when they were opening up at 11, and the lineups are crazy long, right? It's insane. What time does it sort of calm down for you guys in the store?
Well, I guess it would depend where you are, like what store you're at.
True.
The store that I work at is a little more remote. Well, I wouldn't say remote. Do you know where Sault Ste. Marie is?
Sault Ste. Marie. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay. So my store is like 20 minutes, I'd say 15, 20 minutes of Sault Ste. Marie. And it's in a little town called Echo Bay.
Wait a minute. Where do you live?
Sault Ste. Marie.
Oh, how do you listen to us?
Through your podcast.
Oh.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I just started listening in November.
Oh, how did you discover the Roz and Mocha Show?
Well, because I have to drive to work every day to and from, and I was getting sick of listening to my podcast, or not my podcast, my playlist.
Yeah.
And it was getting boring, and I'm like, okay, that's enough. So I thought, well, maybe a podcast might do. So I went to search, and you guys are like the first ones that popped up, and I started listening, and I thought you guys were so funny and so amazing, and especially now during this time, it's hard sometimes, to go to work and get like motivated. And so just listening to you guys on the way to work and then on the way home, it just makes me feel so good. And that's what we need right now.
Aw, that's so wonderful.
And I really appreciate it.
Natalie, well, thank you very much for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show. Thank you
the
for
best day ever.
your dedication.
Ever.
Happy birthday, Natalie.
Thank you so much. Say hi to Maury and Chum for me.
We will.
And as our gift to you, Natalie, we would love to present to you right now the opportunity to tell us, between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Oh, snap. Okay, so it's only been since November, right? And Roz, I think you're a smooth, cool dude, and you're amazing, and you're hot as hell. And Mocha, your laugh just kills me. It's so infectious, but I got to tell you, hands down, it's got to be Roz.
Oh, wow. Do you not think that I was going to lose this one? I'm literally on my phone right now.
Roz is amazing. Roz, he's like so like me, I guess. We think alike.
I didn't even react when you said hot as hell. Like, I even let that go.
Like,
really, right? Like, what is up with that?
As soon as you said smooth, cool dude, he like immediately looked at his phone and started scrolling. He had checked out of the conversation.
I knew he would be like, okay, I'm out.
Yeah.
Well, Natalie, we are sending you so much love. Thank you for doing what you do as a essential worker. But happy birthday, and thank you for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show.
Thank you so much, guys. You have a great day.
You too.
Oh, you got it.
Okay, bye-bye.
So it goes like this. I check out of these conversations when somebody starts off saying smooth, cool dude.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent of, this is what it's like. You know when you're at a blackjack table? Okay. And you're in it, right? Like you're in the game, you're in the hunt, you're with your, like everybody's like all leaned in, right? And then the equivalent of smooth, cool dude is me getting 2 cards that equal 13, right? Where I'm now the guy that just sits back in his chair and lets everybody else play.
You gotta wait.
Right? I'm just like, I'm waiting it out at this point.
Till it's a fresh round.
Yeah, I just need a fresh round.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Toronto's medical officer of health will join us in just a couple of seconds, Roz. Dr. Eileen De Villa.
She's really the voice of reason and one of the sort of heroes that have come out of all of this. And if you don't know who Dr. Eileen De Villa is, she's the doctor, the medical expert with the scarves. Yeah. Right?
Twitter account dedicated to her and everything.
Thank you.
Dr. Eileen De Villa, welcome to the Roz and Mocha Show.
No, thank you.
How are you? How was your long weekend?
Well, it was good. It was busy, though.
So the city right now, especially, here, there's so much positivity because we're allowed to go in places now by appointment, and we're still going to have, to social distance and everything else. But give us the rundown of your take on what's happening and as far as what's open today.
Well, we are seeing some reopening. There are more businesses open. Retail stores that have a street front entrance are now eligible to open and allowed to open today under the new provincial rules. And so that gives people more options in terms of picking stuff up that they want to buy. There are some other services that are now available, and hospitals are now, and other healthcare providers are now able to provide more services. But this is all under the provincial guidance. And so for us at the city level, what we're trying to do is make sure that things are running smoothly, that those rules, as they get changed, are implemented well here in our city so that people here continue to be safe.
One of the questions that you see pop up online a lot, especially now with things being reopened, when are we going to be able to see our families again if we don't live in the same home?
Well, I totally get that. I am in the same boat with everybody else. I would love to see, my mom, for example, who lives in a different home.
and, you know, to get together with people in person, as great as FaceTime and all the other platforms are. Again, my understanding is that our provincial colleagues are soon to be announcing something to try to expand our bubbles, right? We've been talking about staying in your single household bubble. And my understanding is that we're going to try to expand to, you know, other bubbles, as has been done in other places throughout Canada, like to have two households get together to agree that they're going to, be able to connect with each other in person, but not with other households, to try to minimize the risk. Because the more people you're in contact with, the higher the risk of spreading COVID-19.
What is your take from a medical point of view and an expert when you see places like Texas, which are rapidly reopening?
Well, you know, I think that one has to be very, very careful with these circumstances. We know that this virus seems to transmit very well. And while many people, in fact, most people recover without any difficulty, there are a number of people who end up getting really, really sick. And as we've seen here and throughout the world, there are many people for whom that illness leads to death. And it's not, you know, necessarily all people who are, you know, very advanced in age or have significant medical illness. There are people throughout the age spectrum that have had either serious illness or death associated with this.
Can you get it twice?
That's actually still very much a question that we have yet to answer.
Yeah.
I've seen studies and reports of that. So that's what people are trying to understand through the science. I think the important thing here, right, is this is a new virus. It was only identified in January. So we are still very much learning about this virus and the questions around immunity. Do you develop immunity? If so, for how long? Are still questions that we have yet to answer as scientists.
Dr. Eileen De Villa is on the Roz Mocha Show. We have a question here from one of our listeners. Katrina says, what happens if we get more cases with everything reopening? Are we going to have to shut down again?
Well, this is exactly why we're taking a very careful and gradual approach to reopening. The idea is that we know as more people, connect with each other and they're more mixing with each other, you are going to get the conditions that allow for greater virus spread. The idea is, can we keep it at a level that, doesn't get the pot to boil over? We want to make sure that hospitals are available to provide medical care to those who need it, that those who are sick are able to get medical attention, and that businesses can still run. So that's why we're taking a very gradual and phased approach to opening, to make sure that we are able to identify people quickly as they get COVID-19, find their contacts, and isolate them. So these are all the important pieces around making sure that we do this safely so we don't find ourselves in a position where we have to go back.
So what is your take? Because I'm just looking, there's a headline on Bloomberg this morning that reads, over 100 million in China's northeast face renewed lockdown. And then when you go on social media, a lot of people who are not doctors are throwing around the term phase 2 or second wave. What's your take, with your knowledge and expertise, on the possibility of there being a definitive sort of second wave globally, that we're going to have to go through all this again?
Well, I think those of us in public health circles and in infectious disease circles have always talked about, the potential for a second wave. We have seen this before. You might recall a different virus, influenza, H1N1 influenza, back in 2009. Mm-hmm. When it made its appearance in the world, here in North America, we had a wave in the spring and again in the fall. So this is very typical with respiratory viruses, to have waves of disease. The other issue that you're talking about that we're seeing in places like China and the places that you are talking about that are reported in the news have to do with the virus is still very much circulating in the community. And as public health measures get relaxed, you will see an increase in the amount of disease and disease transmission, simply because people are out and about and the conditions are there for the virus to spread. Remember, you have to have close contact with other people with an infection, some of whom won't even know that they're sick while they're transmitting their infection.
Dr. Eileen De Villa, thank you very much for taking time out of your extremely busy day, as we know, for joining us on the Roz Mocha Show.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, wait, are you wearing a scarf right now?
I'm about to put one on.
Okay. Have you seen the Twitter account dedicated to all your scarves?
I have. It's actually kind of the one of the entertainment moments of my day.
Good. From one scarf lover to another, Doctor. It's wonderful to speak to you.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
All right.
Have a wonderful day.
You too. Take care.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Instagram did another purge.
Oh, why? What happened?
Oh, because Maury lost 300 followers.
You lost 300 followers?
Overnight.
Oh. How do you check that? Let me see.
You just know the number and then you know the new number.
Oh, no, I didn't lose any. So what is it? Is it bots that follow you, or is it people that you purchased that they just have overlooked all these years? Or
No,
what,
it's just
what's the
randomness.
situation?
I have absolutely, I just sit back and it just goes up and down.
Right. Really, huh?
No, you don't, liar. Yeah, no, my followers are still the same.
Yeah.
Okay, just me.
Wow. But you have an app, right? You have that app.
Don't you have an app to find out who unfollows you, like specifically who unfollows you?
But the app crashed, so now I don't know, so it kills me.
Oh, the app crashed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody listening right now.
Did you give that app your permissions?
Yes.
Oh, no. Yo, they're getting all your info, bro.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. Because you're so, obsessed.
Yes.
With who follows you and who doesn't follow you, you signed up for some third-party...
I'm not the only one. Like, there are many people obsessed.
Third-party app.
Yeah.
To tell you specifically who unfollows you, and then you gave that third-party app permissions to your Instagram?
And then there was one time where I screenshot somebody who unfollowed me and sent it to them going, really?
Wow. Wow.
So
That's
here's a fun game.
man.
Everybody listening right now.
Yeah.
Fun game for whom?
Everybody's bored right now. We all need some entertainment. We all need something to do.
Maury. All right. If you're following Dammit Maury, because it'll drive him crazy right now, because the app crashed that he uses to track who follows and unfollows, he will have no idea exactly who unfollowed.
Oh, that's right. So you're in the clear.
So just temporarily, I mean, if you want to go follow the guy again later, but just for temporarily, go to Instagram right now, find Dammit Maury, and hit unfollow.
Right.
Now, whether you choose to follow him later, that's up to you.
I will say this, my dog has more followers than my husband.
How many followers does the dog have?
Andy has 2,500 followers.
Wow.
Wait, so is Matthew upset about that now?
Yeah.
Oh, is he really?
He's like, how can a dog have more followers than me?
Wow. Wow. It's only going to be a matter of time before the dog has more followers than you two, Maury.
Yeah. At Andy Monroe, if you would like to hit follow Maury's dog.
Yeah, at Andy Monroe.
And if you would like to unfollow Dammit Maury, because it's going to drive him nuts.
Is that why you're in such a bad mood today?
No.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
liar. At Dammit Maury on Instagram.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I want to go through this list with you real quick. So Rolling Stone's releasing a list a day. This is Rolling Stone. According to Rolling Stone, the 100... Is it 100 or is it 50? 50. What is it? I can't hear you. A word you're saying. 55. 55. Yeah, for some reason they did 55.
That's
These
weird.
are, according to Rolling Stone, the 15 best summer songs of all time.
Okay.
Okay?
There's only one, in my opinion.
Oh, wow.
That stands the test of time, and that always makes me think of summer, no matter when I hear the song.
Okay.
And brightens my mood when I hear it in the summer.
Okay, hit me with that. What do you got? What is it? Tell me.
The one song for me and forever will be is Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff's Summertime.
Oh, yes. Right. That is on the list. It is on the list. But I'll give you some of the ones lower here, okay? So hit me with 38. Number 38.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yo, shout out to Len.
Right?
Shout out to Len. Yo, when this song dropped, are you kidding me? This is a great song, too.
So good. And then give me 26.
Oh, shout out to Len. I love you guys so much.
I said it's getting hot in here, so
Take off all your clothes.
I'm gonna take my clothes off.
Okay. Jam. 36.
All right, I'm feeling this one.
Donna Summer. Right? Just so you know where they're coming from on this list, okay? It's a mixed bag.
This song always reminds me of
male strippers for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why.
I was going to say they use it in like a car commercial or something.
Oh, yeah.
That's
I always picture guys with no shirts and bow ties.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of things that when I close my eyes, it makes me picture guys with no shirts and bow ties. So now we'll get to the top 10 here. Number 10.
Summer in the city, back of my neck getting dirty pretty.
So Summer in the City by the Lovin' Spoonful.
Okay.
Number 9. Sly and the Family Stone.
They sound high.
Yes. All these old bands sounded high. Number 8.
I don't know that song.
Rockaway Beach by the Ramones. Again, these are the top 55 best songs of the summer of all time. Number 7 is a classic. California Girls by the Beach Boys.
Man, my parents must be jamming to this list right now.
Here's when you start getting your mind blown when we start thinking about the term of all time. Okay? Because of all time, you think of songs that would have to stand the test of time, songs that have generally just been unanimously embraced by everyone as a definitive song of the summer, especially when you're creeping this close to the top 5. But hit me with number 6.
Ah, yeah.
Are you riding? Say you never.
In My Feelings by Drake.
Yeah.
Top 6.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, for sure.
Number 5. Classic jam, School's Out. Alice Cooper. What everybody played on the last day of school in Acton. Okay, so that's the beginning of your top 5 of the 55 best summer songs of all time, according to Rolling Stone. Number 4.
I mean, it dominated over the summer. I will say that.
But these are songs that are supposed to make you feel summer. That song doesn't make me feel
too
summer.
Slow. Yeah, too slow.
At all.
All right.
Number 3.
Every time I call my baby, try to get a date. My boss says,
no die, son, you gotta work.
What the hell is this?
Wait,
I don't know this.
Ready?
But there ain't no cure for the summertime.
Ain't no cure for the summertime blues. You never heard of Eddie Cochran, Mocha?
Who?
At number 2.
I'm sorry.
At
no
number
offense
2.
anyone, but I have no idea who that guy is.
At number 2. Martha and the Vandellas, Dancing in the Street.
I don't know, man. This list seems a little lame for me.
Well, for you. I will put this on as a song of the summer before Old Town Road. 100%. What would be number 1? What would be according to Rolling Stone? And again, when you go by this top 10, it's a real mixed bag of like sort of new and sort of old. There's not a lot of like... It's like super old or like very contemporary. There's not a lot of like... mid 90s on here,
so which
is weird.
Can I play number 1?
So here is number 1.
Okay.
According to Rolling Stone, this is the definitive of all time number 1 summer song.
I like diamonds, I like stunning, I like shining, I like $1 million. Sure.
Of all time?
I guess, like
of all
I think
time?
Rolling Stone needs to go back and look at that list.
Yeah,
that's not number 1 for
there's
me.
no way Drake should be at 6.
Oh, wow. This is my number 1.
Oh, here we go.
Time.
Yes, thank you.
All right.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So HBO Max, which is the streaming service that HBO has, blew everybody's mind yesterday because for the last, I don't even know how many years, hardcore DC fans have been asking for the Snyder cut of Justice League.
Okay.
So Zack Snyder was the director of Justice League, and he had to step away from the movie, I think because his kid died. And they were more than 75%. And then what happened was Josh Whedon stepped in and changed the movie people have said up to 75% of what Zack Snyder wanted.
Wow.
And Justice League was not very well received by a lot of fans. The movie did very well, but people were like, meh, there's a lot of problems. And since then, fans have been asking for the Snyder cut. And so much so that like actors like Jason Momoa is like released the Snyder cut.
Really?
And fans didn't even know. They wanted Zack to do something.
Yeah.
But they didn't even know if a Snyder cut even existed. Like, did he even go back and get to make the movie that he wanted to make?
Beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah. And yesterday, HBO Max said that in 2021, Zack Snyder's Justice League is going to premiere.
No.
Which is the Snyder cut.
So you have to assume
It's
he's
the Snyder
got
cut.
everything.
Yeah,
Beginning,
so
middle, and end.
they remade. He got to make the movie he wanted to make.
Wow, that's crazy.
Which is wild.
Would he get like a whole separate deal for that?
No, because this was his movie, but he couldn't finish it because he had to go. He had family issues that he had to do. So Joss Whedon came in and sort of and made a whole new movie out of everything he shot.
But exactly, what if people like this one more?
Well, they probably will, and
I
that's
think-
why everybody wants to see the
You know
Snyder
what's so
cut.
funny? I think because it's Snyder.
Yeah.
And the movie's not even out. He's already got the win on this one.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
New Gaga, Ariana Grande. Song is called Rain on Me. We'll get it on Gaga's Chromatica album that drops next week. A week today. And Gaga fans and Ariana Grande fans have just been lighting up social media with love for this new song. Now, in the Damn It's Condo.
Oh, the little monster palace.
When the single dropped, Dammit Maury, who of course wakes up way earlier than his husband because he's got to come in here to work, decided to barge into the bedroom to wake up Matthew to be like,
it's a big day.
The new song's out. Let's listen to it together.
Matthew. Matthew. What the Wake up. Maury, wake up. Did Andy pee on the floor? No. Ow, Maury, why are you turning the light on? It's Gaga time! What? Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo, girl! Show me a real good time. If the dog pees in here, I swear. No, listen, new Gaga. Maury. I could have waited till the morning to hear this. Can I hear it, please? I don't need you singing. You already woke me up at 4 a.m. Come on, let's dance. Maury, can I hear the song? I want to hear the song. Dance time. No. Maury, the neighbors. Get off right now. Stop jumping on the bed. Get off right now. Oh, you pushed me off. What is that? You're covered in popcorn ceiling. That better not be popcorn ceiling. Are you serious? Yeah, it's popcorn ceiling. Are you serious? Maury, now I'm really pissed. Get away. Go. Shut this off. Let's go. Now I'm awake. Rain. Rain on me. It is good. So you waking now? Can we dance? No, I'm gonna punch you in the face. What do you think? We're like one of the first to hear it. No, we're not. Look, Andy's dancing with you. No, Andy's wondering what the going on. 4 a.m. waking me up for the sky. Okay, you're annoying right now, honestly. Rain on me sooner. Touch the sky. Did you have something to drink? This is the greatest song. We've needed this. This is the greatest song we've never had. I'm going to murder you, and I'm going to hide the body, and no one will find it. You're annoying me right now. Can you please stop? Like, can we hear this tomorrow when I'm awake? Okay, that was it. Rain. I literally think you got popcorn and ceiling in my eyes. Okay, good night. Bye. I'm going to work. Okay, bye. Go.
Did you? I'm very curious. First of all, that was the most incredible thing I've heard in a very, very long time. There's one thing at the very beginning that I'd like to hear. If you could just play me the first 2 seconds of this.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're going to say.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, stop. Maury, are you knocking on the bedroom door because you are still not allowed to sleep in the same bed as Matthew and you're still on the couch?
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, Mocha, you ready?
Yes. Wow.
Let's do the news!
A Roz and Mocha Show and Kiss 92.5 News Break.
Ruby Rose walked out on Batgirl or Batwoman. What? So Batwoman,
the CW show?
Yeah. Yeah, and whether it was entirely her decision or a mutual decision between her and the network or the studio or the show's producers or whoever it is, Ruby Rose said this: "I've made the very difficult decision to not return to Batwoman next season. This was not a decision I made lightly, as I have the utmost respect for the cast, crew, and everyone involved in the show, both in Vancouver and Los Angeles." Couple of things. One, she had that big injury a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, where she needed like surgery and rehab and everything else.
Yeah.
So that may have something to do with it.
It's a very physical role.
The schedule may have something to do with it because apparently these shows are grueling. It's super long days, flying in between LA and Vancouver, and that may not be what she's used to. She's only done one television show. She did 9 episodes of Orange is the New Black.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Huh.
And then the other reason is...
And didn't this show just start, too?
Yeah, season 1. They wrapped season 1, and they're going into season 2. They're still committed to season 2. The producers say that they're still committed to recasting the role from somebody from the LGBTQ community, so they'll have that. But a lot of people are saying she was just straight up not good.
Oh, as Batwoman.
Yeah, she's just not a good actor.
Oh, wow.
And you sort of put that on top of everything else, and there's a lot of reasons why this wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
But I've never heard of this before. I've never heard of somebody taking on a role like this and walking away from a lead role in a DC Universe television series after one season.
And all of those shows have been like from that kind of DC CW TV world have all been like huge hits, right?
Yeah, and they where they do their real big business is on Netflix.
Yeah,
right. That's what they do. That's where they sort of like kill. So we're getting a really good look right now of what socially distant concerts might look like. So Travis McCready, who is the singer of the country rock band Bishop Gunn, did a concert the other night.
Okay.
Like an actual concert in Arkansas. And this is what it looked like. So the venue capacity is 1,100 people.
Oh, sorry. At an actual place.
An actual place.
Not like a concert from their home that they live streamed.
No. So the venue, okay, capacity 1,100 people.
Okay.
Allowed attendance 229.
Okay.
Okay, so within the venue, they had fan pods, which were seating areas in small clusters of like 5 or 10 people, where the seats were. So it almost looked like banquet tables, but only people just sitting in these little sort of fan pods.
Was there room to like stand up and dance?
Yeah, I guess, but people, I don't know if they were or not.
And are you sitting or in these pods with people, I guess you don't know?
Other ticket holders. It's just like going to a concert where you sit with people you don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody had their temperature checked before they went into the venue.
Okay.
Everybody had to wear a mask.
Okay.
You had to stay in your pod. And the bathrooms had a maximum of 10 people, because I guess they're larger bathrooms, maximum of 10 people in the bathroom at a time. Inside the bathroom, like the men's bathroom, there's yellow caution tape. So it goes urinal, and then the next 2 urinals have yellow caution tape. Urinal, the next 2 urinals have yellow caution tape. So it's every 3rd urinal is available. And then the bank of sinks, 2 out of the 3 sinks had yellow caution tape over them.
And what about in the ladies' bathroom?
I imagine it was the same thing.
Where there's a stall, empty stall.
Yeah,
stall.
I guess. Maybe it's
or
different
maybe you
with
can
stalls.
a stall, empty stall.
But with walls, though, in stalls, do you need to shut the middle one down? I don't think so.
I would think so.
You think
because
so?
you still have open air above.
Yeah, I guess. But so that's what it's most likely going to look like when people start rolling out doing live shows now. So a venue that had 1,100 people capacity, they're only allowed 229 people in there, and you have to sit in fan pods.
I don't know if I'd be down with that.
No, it's super weird.
Yeah.
Like super weird. I couldn't watch a show like that.
Only because
all that space behind you.
A lot
and
of the
stuff?
shows that I go to,
Yeah.
at these venues, people are smoking like enough weed, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm not going to be the guy, and I don't care. Like, I don't smoke weed.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, do your thing. But I don't want to be a guy, if I'm at a concert with my wife and homie next to me starts sparking like a big stinky blunt.
No.
And I'm like, I'm not going to say, bro, you got to put that out. I'm not down with it. Like, go find a next pod.
Stop. Go find the weed pod.
Yeah.
You're in the wrong pod.
Yes, sir.
So yesterday, Twitter began testing new settings that lets users limit who can reply to their tweets.
Really?
Yeah. We talked about this earlier this year, and it's similar to Facebook's post view settings and the current implementation features. It's an icon, and when you sort of tap over it, it's a who can reply, and you can choose nobody, people I follow, or people that you mention in the tweet.
Interesting.
But I saw people using it yesterday for evil. For example, they would say something like, reply now if you think Roz looks under 40, and nobody can reply.
Yes, so that's the sort of whole deal with this. And a lot of people, it's not going over well. And they say, of course, that it's to cut back on bots and bullying and all this other stuff. But the complaint is that now it just allows people to say whatever they want without being challenged.
Now, can I, as a Twitter user, see that you've restricted comments or replies?
Yes, I believe. Yeah, because I believe it's grayed out. I believe. Yeah, I believe.
Like on Instagram, it'll say, like, if you follow Drake, for example, right? He has his comments restricted.
Right.
Like, he can hand select who he wants, who he gives that access to.
Yeah.
In order to reply to a comment.
Yeah.
Or to comment on a post.
Yes, you can see because the comment icon is grayed out on those comments. So a lot of people not happy. And it's interesting because you wondered what this would look like when they actually did roll it out, because you would think that there would be so many people that would be happy about this.
Yeah.
But those, like, challenging something is not the problem. The problem has always been bots.
Yeah.
And if they want to work on anything, and I may get killed for this, don't at me. If Twitter wants to work on anything, you need to rein in the K-pop fans, because it has become almost impossible to search for something that's trending, because everything that is worth reading gets inundated with fan cams from the K-pop stands.
Yeah, because they just take over the hashtag.
Because Twitter, when I wake up in the morning and I go through Twitter is impossible to read because of the K-pop fans.
Yeah.
It's like they see something that's somewhat interesting and they're like, oh, you know what would go really, really great here? A video of my favorite K-pop band. And then that reply winds up getting 200 replies.
See, look, it's all grayed out. You can't even touch where...
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So if Twitter wants to work on anything, I would say work on that. I love you K-pop fans. All of you. NHL playoffs. Now, they want to stress that this is in no way close to being official, but Sportsnet is reporting that the league's return to play has come up with a format that owners and players will now sort of mull over. So the plan would involve an expanded playoffs of 24 teams.
What?
24 teams, 12 in each conference. The top 4 would get byes, while the rest would take part in a best-of-5 play-in round. It's based on winning percentage, not points. And under this setup, the Leafs would play Columbus in the play-in round. And even if they agree to this, there's tons of other things that would have to go on. But yeah, 24 teams. Almost everybody would get to get a shot. It's weird. So normally it's 16 in the playoffs. But so they would expand it to 24, I guess, because they thought maybe there were teams that would rally in like the last 20 games or so and could squeak in, and the wild cards and all.
So more teams, less games.
The NHL ruined their playoff format a couple of years ago, when they went to this wild card format, and they ruined the playoffs. They really did. It's so bad now.
Is it 2 wild cards now?
Yeah.
It is, right?
Yeah. But the playoffs are it's bad. I don't like it.
I don't know. This seems like it's going to be a kind of a mess. Like, I'd be happy.
Don't get me wrong. I kind of want
to get hockey back
Yeah.
for sure.
I know. Where are we? Lady Gaga talking about Chromatica with Zane Lowe on his show, and the sort of inspiration behind the album was a, quote, extremely painful breakup.
Oh, wow.
How can I take something that's extremely painful for me and find the one piece of it that's universally human and help somebody else? And then let's see what it sounds like. I'm not nothing without a steady hand. I'm not nothing unless I know I can. I'm still something if I don't got a man. I'm a free woman. Damn. I'm making a dance record again, and this dance floor, it's mine, and I earned it, and all that stuff that I went through, I don't have to feel pain about it anymore. It can just be a part of me, and I can keep going.
Oh, wow, damn, girl.
Kendall Jenner has agreed to pay $90,000 for promoting Fire Festival. Remember that?
Fire Festival was so long ago.
I know,
or supposed to be so long ago.
2017 Fire Festival. She was promoting it on Instagram, and Page Six reports that the suit was filed against Jenner by an attorney named Gregory Messer, who is representing clients who were defrauded by promoter Billy McFarland. And Messer alleged that Jenner was paid $275,000 to post about Fire Festival. Right? And so her payment that she's now having to pay is $90,000.
What about any of the other celebs
I don't know.
Promoting as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that she's probably the biggest name. I think
were both Hadid sisters, or was it just one?
That I don't know.
Maybe
I don't know.
Just one. Maybe it was just Gigi or Bella.
I think that they went after these guys individually. So it's a class action, and I don't know. I think they're going to just sort of like roll through everybody who was involved
one by one.
But
so Fire Festival is going to be in like their lives still for the next few years.
I think. But think of
was involved too.
Bella was involved
so
too.
both of them.
Yeah,
damn.
Yeah. Jeez. Ice Cube. There was this fantastic story that Ice Cube just told where A Gangster's Fairy Tale, that old track, that it's a classic, and it sampled Mr. Rogers, right? So we know that.
So what do you want me to play first?
Play Gangster's Fairy Tale.
Her and her friends sell a sheepskin.
Yo, got them sheepskins. Yo, money at the sheepskins. Yo, baby, what's up with that?
Hickory,
Okay. So, but it had the sample of A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, right? We all know this.
Oh, classic.
And what I didn't realize is that back in the day, Mr. Rogers actually sued Ice Cube over that.
No, he did not.
And this is Cube explaining it.
It's a trip because off this song, Mr. Rogers sued us. He was mad because we had the Mr. Rogers theme at the beginning of this. It's a Wonderful Day in the Neighborhood and all that. And he sued us and was getting like 5 cents a record till we took that part off.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Mr. Rogers was making 5 cents a record off Ice Cube.
He was the real gangster in this story.
According to a new science journal called Integrative Organismal Biology.
Sounds legit.
I don't know what the hell that is. But they say that beards may have evolved so men could absorb a punch to the face. According to their research, they say beards can absorb up to 30% of the energy from a punch.
Hold on a second.
Not warmth, like what hair does.
People are out there trying to find vaccines for coronavirus.
Yes.
And these guys are doing studies on?
Yes.
Beards.
Yeah, on beards and the impact of how they can soften the blow of a punch.
Come on, man.
But how do you determine that Maury does not have a beard? You have a beard. Why don't you let Maury punch you? And then you
social distancing.
then you can punch Maury, and then Maury can say that if it hurt more or not.
I guarantee you it will hurt more if I punch you, Maury. It will hurt more. Once COVID is done, we can settle this.
Okay. Maury is going to walk out of here touching every single doorknob in this building and go bare ass down the sidewalk.
And now it's time for Ask Roz and Mocha.
Yo, Mark, what's up, man? It's Roz and Mocha. How are you?
Awesome. How are you guys?
Doing good. Where do you listen to the Roz and Mocha Show from?
I listen to it from Kingston. I live in a small town called Gananoque.
Oh, okay. Small town. How many people?
5,200.
How do you spell Gananoque?
Gananoque.
Shut up, man.
Let's
Shut
go.
up. Have you never listened to the show, man?
Dan Mori, how do you think you spell Gananoquin?
Gananoquay. Gananoque.
See, even with the hints, he still didn't get it.
Sup, all my gangs in Aquay.
All right, how do you spell it, Mark?
Gananoque.
There you go.
Wait, it's so much shorter than what I did.
That's what she said.
there's a few less letters.
Yo, Mark, what's your question for the podcast?
So if you guys knew about the pandemic before it was going to happen, what would be the 3 things you would do in the lead up to just before the lockdown?
Okay. First of all, interesting that you would say that because we went back and looked. And the first time we talked about coronavirus being a thing that we should be afraid of was January 21st on this show.
Yeah.
Right.
And way before a lot of people started talking about it, like way before there was an American case when we started talking about it. And then I remember another time because I had gone to a doctor, and this was in February, and I remember this on the show where I came in and I was really hesitant to say this. And I did, and I remember your reaction, which was kind of like, why you got to say that? And that was, I went to a doctor, and the doctor told me, coronavirus is coming.
Yeah.
We'll probably all get it, so be prepared.
Wow.
Right?
I don't even remember you saying that.
You said exactly that.
I said exactly that because I quoted a doctor, and that was in February.
Holy.
When that happened.
So did you even start preparing?
I started, so I knew what the sort of worst case scenario plan would be for us. We haven't hit that yet, right?
Yeah.
Like at all. But I knew what the worst case scenario plan would be, where we would go as a family, how would we would, survive, when we would start, have to restock, all this stuff. So I started thinking about all that stuff, and it didn't happen. And then what wound up happening was it was the lead up to March break. And everything kind of started going squirrely. And we went the day before, I remember this, we went the day before everybody else did to get all of our groceries and stock up. Like we did that giant $600 grocery run.
Yeah.
We did it the day before everybody else did. So when we went to the grocery store, it wasn't crazy.
But just before that was the reported first case. Do you remember that guy?
Yeah. And so what happened, though, was that March break was coming up. And so everybody was still planning on going on March break because the Premier Doug Ford, who, if you're listening to this in America, basically our governor, and if you're outside of the country, Doug Ford's our Premier, if you haven't seen him on TV, he told people to still go and enjoy March break. So there was no panic. But it was the day before we decided that we were going to cancel our entire trip and just sit home and stock up.
Yeah.
And so we did everything the day before. So what would I have done different? I don't know. I don't know what I would have done different. Like I certainly wouldn't have bought more toilet paper. I think things that I would have done different were I would have made sure maybe that my mom was set up a little bit better because I tried to get her a mini fridge for her balcony, freezer for her balcony, so she could freeze a lot more stuff. And they were all sold out by the time we all went into quarantine. So I think that I would have done something like that. I would have got a mini freezer for myself just for the basement, even if it's temporary, because I don't have one of those. And freezer space in my place is really limited. I certainly would have, I had all the gloves I needed. I bought 3 boxes at Home Depot of those black Gorilla gloves that you can wear when you're doing all sorts of stuff with chemicals and everything else. So I have boxes on boxes of those. Face masks weren't really a thing. But as far as that goes, I don't know if I would have done anything, overly, dramatic in that sense. Like I wouldn't have bought a gun or anything like that. Right?
USA.
Yeah.
I think I would have, along the lines of what you were saying with masks and gloves, I think I would have stocked up on that because similar to you, Roz, I have a friend who works in healthcare that told us, I think it was a week and a half before everything hit.
Yeah.
Hey, this is coming. You guys need to prepare. Here's what we did to prepare. So we spent a week and a half getting all food and water.
Yeah.
And ironically, we did need toilet paper at the time. Yeah. So we ended up buying toilet paper. But we didn't, not in like an excess amount like what you saw all over the news, all across the country. People like stocking up, like they needed to survive for, 6, 7, 8 months without toilet paper. So we were pretty well prepared. I think I would have, probably got gloves and or masks. But for the duration of the past, 10, 11 weeks now that we've been in lockdown, like my wife and I and our son, we've been at home. The only place I travel to is to work, and then I go home. All of our groceries, we make the order online, drive to the store, they put it in the trunk, and then I drive right back home.
Yeah.
I don't even go to like Home Depot, Canadian Tire, none of that. Like I had to go to Canadian Tire a couple of weeks ago, but same thing. It was curbside pickup. I didn't have to get out of the car at all. Right?
Yeah, it's and going back to that, it's crazy because one of the things that I remember is when Mocha and I would talk about coronavirus in late February and early March, if we said something, we would get so much hate from people saying, it's not this, why would you say that? That's not accurate. And it all turned out to be true. Yeah. It all turned out to be accurate. But if any time we sort of crossed that line of slightly warning people or putting out any sort of precautions, we got a lot of hate for it.
People weren't having it.
Yeah, they weren't having it, man. They weren't having it.
Do you have an answer for the question, Mark? Like if
I was actually surprised that you guys went fully for supplies. My answers were I would have had a big backyard bash with all my friends before everything happened.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's been forever. Definitely would have given my parents a hug and had one last date night.
Right. Yeah. See, I don't have friends. I don't have,
and he hates hugs from people
and I don't like hugs.
That aren't his family.
So, Maury, what would you have done differently?
See, I read this all differently. Like what I thought immediately was I would have asked for a scenic drive in your truck because ever since the pandemic happened and I haven't been driving you and I feel like I've lost a friend.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Man. Okay. I get that. That's fine. I'll take that. I'll take that answer.
Yeah, so I immediately was like, oh my God, I would have gone, driving on the countryside, windows down, hair blowing in the breeze.
Right. One last drive together before all this happened.
Yeah, and finally get to sit in the back of a pickup truck, like, in the actual pickup part of the truck.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I guess technically you still
Well, Roz is hitting every speed bump.
Yeah, Maury, if you want to go sit in the back of my truck, that's still distancing.
Yeah. I whipped down the highway.
Yeah, and feel the bumps on your butt.
Make sure we get a video of that one.
Yeah, but I'll tell you this: I don't miss any of the I don't have like a list of things that are fun that I miss doing because I still do all the things that in my life that I think are fun because
I miss seeing my family
because I'm boring, right? So like what I do in my evenings is still fun for me because it's what I've always just done in my evenings. Like I'm not a big going out guy. Like I don't miss going to restaurants because I never go to restaurants.
The only thing, so I miss going to restaurants with my wife. I also miss, the other thing that I miss is just going to a mall just to walk around. Even if I'm not buying anything, it's a great way just to kill like 30, 45 minutes, whatever. Yeah. I don't mind that. And then obviously I miss my family.
Yes.
Like I haven't seen, so my mom, right after Christmas, she went to England.
That's right.
And she came back right before Corona hit, right before the lockdown. I think that week. So I haven't seen my mother since Christmas, like physically seen my mother since Christmas. Yeah. And then my dad, my dad and my sisters, I think I saw them like in January or February.
Yeah.
So I think if there was anything I would change would probably be to up the visits.
Yeah. The other thing I would have done is invested in Zoom.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah, no doubt, for sure.
Yeah.
Yo, I saw a thing on online yesterday. I think it was a tweet or maybe I saw it on Reddit where somebody pointed out that Skype really messed this whole thing up. Like they've been in the game, in the video conferencing game for, it was said like 17 years.
And it wasn't even called, it was only called, hey, Skype me. Like even if you, like I call FaceTiming Skype.
And they had the jump on all sorts of video chat.
Yeah.
And they could have done this multi-person chat. And then here it comes in Zoom and like takes over everything.
Yeah, it was wild. It's wild how Zoom just took over everything.
Yeah.
But I hope that helps. Hopefully you'll get to have your backyard party at some point, man.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's going to open up soon. We got tons of stuff for all the kids and everything when they come back. So.
Yeah. Are you single?
All their friends. No, I'm married.
You're married, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, so why'd you say you go on that one last date? Oh, I guess date with your wife.
Oh, date night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
It's not the same when you're at home with 5 kids.
Right. Maury misses going to the gym. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people miss going to
But
the
more, you can still check the dudes out on Instagram.
Oh, don't worry. Don't you worry. I do.
I love when people know the show so well you and I don't even have to roast Maury.
And part of my question was I didn't want to hear Mocha say get a haircut, and I didn't want to hear you say get flooring. I already heard you guys say that.
Wow.
You really listen to the show.
Yeah. I would,
What do you make notes when you?
But that's true though. I would have got my flooring ahead of time.
It's true. I would have gone for one more haircut.
Yeah, I've been quarantined cramming the podcast.
Oh wow.
Oh, Mark, you are the
you,
best. Much love to you and your family. You stay safe out there, okay?
Yeah, sounds great, guys. And I don't know if you remember, but you guys actually sent me a birthday video for my 2-year-old this April.
Oh,
we
did we?
huh?
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, all in your social distancing. So
yeah,
that was super awesome. It's our new ritual. We're going to show it to her every year now. So.
That's wonderful.
That was nice of us.
It was very nice of you guys.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah. Hey, you're not going to ask me who my favorite is?
Oh, no.
I knew it. All right. Mark, between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite?
Roz.
Oh, cool.
Hands down.
Oh,
and does my phone work properly? You can hear me well?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure.
Off for the roast. I love it. Thanks, Mark.
Love it.
Have a great day, guys. Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
VSBP asks, do you have a movie you can put on and it will automatically cheer you up?
That'll automatically cheer me up. Oh, it's a good question. Like I used to rewatch movies a whole lot more years ago. I rarely rewatch movies anymore. But I do now because of Roxy. Roxy's sort of like in the game of kind of discovering movies that that I liked when I was a little bit younger. But I'll tell you the movie that we watch in our house more than any other movie, and I've said this a million times, and it instantly puts me in a good mood because Catherine and Roxy know the movie like word for word and quote it as the movie's going on.
Boys in the Hood.
No. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's their favorite movie, right? And then they spend the rest of the day just looking at each other going, bull mama. Bull mama. So I would say it's not even my favorite movie, but when that movie comes on in the house, the movie always comes on in the house when Roxy's having a rough day or Catherine's having a rough day, and they both decide they're just going to do like their girl thing, their mom and daughter thing, and they're going to sit on the couch and watch a romantic comedy, and it's always How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, and I'm always in the room, and it just always puts me in such a better mood because they're just so hysterical to watch while watching that movie. So I'm going to say that.
I mean, I have tons of favorite movies, but even this, it's funny this question's here because I did it this past weekend where like I just asked my remote for 13 going on 30.
Yeah.
And I watch it and Matthew gets so angry. He's like, not again. But I love that or Devil Wears Prada just because I know the movie.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to learn anything. I know the words and I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
For me, it's Back to the Future or Star Wars.
Yeah. See, like which Star Wars though? The first one?
I don't mind the first one. I love Empire and like I like Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then all the other ones, of course, are like all bangers, right?
But which one
Rogue
puts you in
is
the
best.
good mood? Like if you're down and you're going to put a Star Wars on, which one do you put on?
Oh, I'm going to put Empire.
Yeah, Empire?
Yeah, I love Empire.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to add Bridesmaids to the list.
Bridesmaids,
Oh,
that's
yo,
a good
that movie's
choice.
so funny.
That airplane scene, Matthew and I will watch just that scene where she's drunk and she's like, do you?
Yeah. Good on you for that one because I will say another movie that automatically puts me in a good mood because Catherine and I watch it quite frequently. I'm gonna throw two into the mix here. Okay. So one is The Other Guys.
Oh my God, that movie's so good.
With Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell. It is so great. Like it's so perfect. I love The Other Guys. And then the movie that will be Catherine and Roxy's next generation favorite movie together. So right now it's How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. When Roxy gets older, Catherine has on the top of her list the thing that she cannot wait to sit and watch with Roxy is Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Oh my God, that's such a good movie.
Right?
Yeah,
Why
that's
can't
great.
she watch that now?
It's too much. It's too much.
Oh, yeah,
It's
way too much.
It's Jason Segel's penis at the very beginning of the movie.
Yeah, the first 10
Don't you remember
minutes.
when she dumps him while he's naked?
Oh, is it when he goes flop, flop,
Yes,
flop, flop,
yes. And then she dumps him and he doesn't put clothes on. He just stands there and takes the dumping.
Is that the same movie where when she puts her sweatpants on, that's too late for sex?
No, that is...
Do you remember where she tightens the sweatpants and it's like, whoa, her sweatpants are on. I missed the window.
No, which movie?
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do. Isn't that Bridesmaids?
No.
No, that is...
Or is that
I swear it's Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
This is 40. Is that
Is
movie?
it This Is 40?
That's another movie that I love.
Yeah. But
that puts me into a good mood. I Love You Man puts me in a good mood.
Yeah, Forgetting Sarah Marshall though is just like, oh my god, with everything about it is so good. Russell Brand is amazing in it, and that one brief scene that Jonah Hill is in it, he's
Yeah,
really
such a
great.
stalker.
Mila Kunis is really great. Like it's the best cast,
Yeah.
right? And what's her name is Kristen Bell. Is a version of Kristen Bell. She plays like the TV star. It's just amazing. Like that's such a perfect movie to me. So I'd throw Forgetting Sarah Marshall in there as far as a movie that always puts me in a good mood.
Patrick has a cooking question that I cannot answer because I only know of 2 ways to do this.
Yeah.
But what's the best way to prepare potatoes?
Oh, Jesus. Well, what kind of potatoes?
There's a billion.
Well, no, but like you could say.
I only do like roasted potatoes or mashed potatoes.
Okay, so hold on here.
Let's say your basic potato.
But there's French fries count as a potato.
Yeah. So like you could say, but like you could say mash, but then if you want to get into the different ways to mash potatoes, that's a whole other conversation we can
I
have.
just say, Roz just sat up in his chair. He adjusted his hat and his hair. And he's like, okay, you want to talk? Let's friggin' talk.
What about the one where it's the whole potato? You slice it down the middle. You put onions and sour cream and everything in it.
Hasselback potatoes.
Sure. Yeah, there's that.
Yeah. I like a fondant potato.
What's that?
Okay, so this is where you
Hold on,
take
let
a
me
potato.
sit up now.
Okay.
I'm very interested.
Okay,
Fondant is like what's on cake.
Yeah, no, fondant potato, basically, right? It's what it's called.
Okay.
And so these are my second favorite kind of potato.
Oh, God, what's your first?
A mash done, a pomme puree, which is a mash done with equal parts potatoes, equal parts butter.
Okay.
That's my favorite, and you have to have a ricer in order to do it properly. But fondant potatoes are my absolute favorite. So this is what you do: you get potatoes, you peel them, right, and then you cut the ends off. You don't want long potatoes. You want sort of round potatoes.
Okay.
Okay. You peel them and then you cut the ends off so it's flat on each end.
Yeah.
Okay. And you can sort of like even slice it down and make them round so they look like little, just almost little like cylinders, right?
Okay.
These things with flat bottom and flat top. And then you take a pan. And in that pan, put like oil and butter and heat it up hot. And then you're going to dry the potatoes off because you don't want them wet. Otherwise, it's going to sizzle all over you. And then you take the potatoes and you put them down one flat side down in the bottom of this pan.
Okay.
And you're going to crisp up brown the bottom side of that potato. Okay. And then what happens is you're going to flip the potatoes over.
How many minutes about?
You'll see. You'll
Okay.
see. They're going to brown up on you.
Yeah.
And not like a golden brown, but get them nice and brown.
Okay.
Okay. And then you're going to flip them. And when you flip them, you're going to throw a ton more butter into that pan. Like a ton of butter into that pan. Throw in some rosemary and some thyme. And then you're going to fill it up to about halfway to almost like 2/3 of the potato height with chicken stock.
Oh,
and then
wow.
And then you're going to take that and you're going to put that in the oven. And you're going to let it cook for like, I don't even know, sometimes 40 minutes.
Wow.
And then what happens is you have these potatoes that are cooked in a broth, basically, but you've crisped the top and the bottom of them. So when you take them out, they still sit like this. Right?
Oh.
They still sit nice and tall on the plate. The outside becomes completely crispy, okay? And the inside, when you put your fork into it, is like mash.
That sounds delicious.
And it's just butter. The flavor is just like
Well, yeah, you got all that chicken
rosemary,
stock.
thyme, chicken stock, and butter. And you just cut into these potatoes, and they are glorious. They're my favorite kind of potatoes. If you're making roast beef or even like chicken, fondant potatoes on the side are my absolute favorite. And they take gravy like a champ because
Yeah.
they don't crumble. You can just gravy right over the top of them, and like, oh my God, they're so good.
Dan Maury, what's the best way to prepare potatoes?
I like the little tiny mini potatoes.
Like the little round ones?
The little tiny round ones.
Like in the can, or
You get a bag of them.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, you cut them all in half or whatever. You put them in a plastic container with, okay, now you're going to want to put some butter on top of this, okay?
in a plastic
In
container.
a plastic container with a little
Okay.
butter on top, a little bit of water. You put it in the microwave for 2 minutes.
You're microwaving food in plastic?
Like the like a plastic, like a Tupperware.
Yeah, you said that already.
Yeah, I get that. And I'm still puzzled.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure. So you put it in the microwave.
Yeah.
2 minutes.
Right.
Okay, you open the microwave up, you turn the dish a little bit, you put it back in for another 30 seconds, see if the butter needs to be moved.
Okay.
And
Moved?
Okay.
But after all that time, shouldn't the butter have like melted?
Sometimes it's still on top. You need to move the butter, move the container, put it in for another 30
So
seconds.
you're talking about if you have a microwave that doesn't have like the spinny wheel on the
Right,
inside.
yeah, who's fancy? Okay, and then once your 30 seconds are done, so it's 2.5 minutes total.
Yeah.
Comes out steaming, glorious, quick potato.
In plastic.
Yeah, I call that the quick potato.
Wow, that sounds horrific to me. That's how you grow you get a glow if you eat that much microwave plastic.
Aaron asks, would Mocha or Damn It Maury get another dog in
No.
the future in addition to Take It Handy?
No.
No.
Are you out of your mind?
You guys wouldn't get another one.
No, Matthew absolutely loves our dog Andy, but he goes, I feel so much older now. I've lost so much sleep. It's so unbelievable how you come into our place. You would think we have a toddler. There's toys everywhere. We put carpet down just so that his nails don't bother the neighbors.
Yep.
I mean, I love the guy, but holy gee.
Matthew or the dog?
Last night, all of his teeth fell out.
All of them?
All of them?
That's a problem, bro.
You're talking about the dog, right? Okay.
No, Matthew. Good question. Yeah, we need clarification.
Because I want to be on that Zoom call today he has. Would you get another dog, Mocha?
It's funny that you bring this up because we have been talking as early as even last night.
Really?
But we have been talking for the past little while. We want to get another one.
They want ours.
And no.
No, too late.
Yeah.
He's spoiled already.
Yeah,
He's ruined.
He's got no teeth.
Yeah.
Well, he won't
No,
bite you.
but we have been talking about it. We are going to get another one
Oh,
soon.
you are, huh?
Yeah,
Do you know
we'd
what?
love to.
Do you know what kind?
No, not
No?
yet. But we know we
Okay.
want to add another dog to the family.
Cool.
Let's
I
see
saw a
here.
woman walking down my street the other day with like the smallest little chihuahua. This thing must have been about 2 pounds.
Uh-huh.
And it was just so funny to watch. It's so
Like
funny.
the kind of like Paris Hilton would have.
Yeah, like it was 18 degrees out and the thing was still shivering in a sweater. Right?
Like the one from Legally
one of those-
Blonde.
Yeah, exactly like the one from Legally Blonde. Yeah.
Sil asks, not sure, and she's calling me out on this, but I'm sure you guys will have an answer too, because I think you've each had similar experience.
Mm-hmm.
It says, not sure if Mocha worked overnight when he was in his early radio days, but if he did, how did he handle it? Did you guys ever do overnight stuff?
Yeah.
Not in radio, but
Not in radio,
I worked overnights in a vinyl siding factory.
Oh, wow. Damn.
Same thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's still overnight.
And you did overnight as well, right,
a
Mark?
lot of overnight at many different stations.
Yeah, I did. My day was just flipped where I went to bed when I got home from work at like 6 a.m. and I slept until about 4 or 5 p.m.
Yeah.
and got up and had my, at that time, breakfast and then prepared for the day before coming in to the radio station.
Right.
And I found that worked for me better than getting home and like taking a nap and then waking up and doing other stuff and then trying to sleep again and then waking up and coming straight to work.
Mm-hmm.
I needed like a full, long stretch of sleep. So I just flipped my entire day. That's how I survived.
I'll say that I don't think the body is meant to work overnights. I always found, like in the years of doing overnights, that always around like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, you got cold and tired and hungry.
You felt like you felt like you were sick all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
And the weekends really messed me up too.
Because it's not a real weekend.
Because
No.
like when I got home, I would like sleep for a lot less on a Friday, a lot less than I would Monday to Thursday, just so I could try to have some sort of a Friday night and enjoy the weekend. And then Sunday was like, forget about it.
I would always try and trick my brain and think to myself, okay, well, in London, it's daytime, so I'll just pretend I'm in London.
Sure, yeah, no, you have to do all this. When I was working, when I did nights, I had what was the worst schedule of work that I've ever had when I was working at the vinyl siding factory when I was younger, which was, everything was a 12-hour day. So you would do 3 days going in and working 8 a.m. till 8 p.m.
Okay.
You would do 8 a.m. till 8 p.m. for 3 days. Then you would have 3 days off. Then you would do 3 days of 8 p.m. to 8 a.m.
Oh, wow.
And then you would have 3 days off. And then you would go back to 3 days of 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then you'd have 3 days off and go back 3 days to 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. So you never were doing anything long enough to get used to any routine.
Yeah.
And then you were always flipping back between working 12-hour days to working 12-hour nights and trying to live a life. And you really only had one day to flip because those other 2 days, the first day of your 3 days off, you just slept all day.
Yeah.
And the second day you tried to live a life. And then the third day you had to try and sleep all day because you had to go at work at 8 p.m. that night and work for 12 hours.
Yeah.
So you're forcing
I know
yourself
that
to
shift
sleep.
work, man. I don't know how
Yeah.
shift workers. I know you have to do it.
Yeah.
And I props to anyone in shift work industry because it really does mess with you.
I was sick the whole time I worked. I did that job. Sick
Were you
the
really?
whole time. Yeah, I had a cold or I had symptoms the whole time I did that job.
I was going to ask you what vinyl siding was made out of.
What do you think it is made out of? Megan asks, Roz, Mocha, and Damn It Maury, do each of you have a song with your partner? If so, what is it? And when was the last time you listened to it together? You guys have a song, Roz?
Do we
And
have
Catherine?
a song? I'm trying to think if we have a song. Like what do we like together? I would say Ring of Fire is a song that we both really love together and have always loved together. That track's really great. What's another one that we both love? I know I'm missing something and she's gonna kill me. We do this all the time in the house. I will always tell Roxy and Catherine, hey, if we're ever on one of those shows where we're going to win $1 million because of how well we know each other, you need to know this about me, right?
Wow. You guys are prepared.
Yeah. So like Roxy, I had to bring Roxy the other day. I had to educate her on what my favorite kitchen tool was.
And what is it?
And it's funny. I was like, hey, Roxy, do you know what my favorite kitchen tool is? And then she's like, why? And I'm like, in case we're ever on a show where you can win $1 million by seeing how much you know about me. She's like, yeah, it's the flat-headed wooden spoon. And I was like, yes, it is.
Congratulations, $1 million.
Congratulations.
See, that's how it works.
Yeah, exactly. So we do this stuff together all the time.
Yeah.
Right. So to just it's almost like a little get to know each other game, but it's just those little things. But as far as a song goes, I don't know if we have one particular song, but I would say that Ring of Fire is a song that we both really, really, truly love.
Dan Maury?
You would think it's Mariah. I mean, we both love Mariah, but we love to share a song. Like we love something by Billy Joel. We love, Aretha Franklin stuff together.
Yeah.
And we love, there's an artist named Todrick Hall, and he has a song, I Like Boys. So we often dance around to I Like Boys.
Wow.
I like boys.
How else does it go?
No, it's dirty.
Oh, yeah. Do you and Jenna have a song, Mocha? What's
we
your
don't,
song?
No, we don't have like a song, but there are songs that remind us of our wedding day and wedding night. Like anytime we hear it, we're like, oh man, because it was such a great day and it was just like a massive party for us. So like We Found Love by Rihanna and Calvin Harris. That's one of them because that's a song after we got married and we went to the restaurant where we had the reception. That's the song that we walked into the restaurant that was playing.
Right.
Also, another one from the wedding night, believe it or not, is Sean Desmond, Electric.
Yeah.
Because Sean Desmond was there and he performed that song in front of everyone. So
beautiful.
that song
That was such a great moment.
He was
always
totally
reminds.
singing it to Matthew and I, by the way.
Uh-huh.
And then because Cardi also performed, and his when his song was like, "Let me hear you say
Yeah,
T-da-o."
yeah. I love that track.
So that song, I think that's it. But we
to-
don't have like a song where we hear it and we're like, yeah, that's our song.
Matthew would get mad because I just realized we do have a song together.
Oh, here we go.
The Law and Order theme song.
Oh.
Because we sing that, we dance, we have a dance to it. We interpretive dance to the Law and Order theme song, and it's on all the time in our house.
Oh, really?
That's our song.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Roxy, I'm trying to figure out what her favorite songs are. She likes a lot of kids' songs. But as far as like
she loves Katy Perry.
She does like Katy Perry a lot. She really if we're doing Dance Dance Revolution.
Yeah.
The song that always comes on that is always fun to dance to is Timber by Kesha and Pitbull.
Oh, nice.
Right? That's always a great song. And also Starships by Nicki Minaj. Those, as far as like pop songs go that we'll Dance Dance Revolution to. Yeah, what?
You just said when we play Dance Dance Revolution.
Yeah.
So are you doing the dancing too?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Yeah?
Oh, absolutely.
Interesting.
Hell yeah.
Interesting.
But we don't actually play, right? So, yeah, because the points don't matter. So what we do is if you go on YouTube and just type in Dance Dance Revolution, you can just watch the actual videos of the characters on the screen dancing and you just dance with it. You don't get any points. Nobody can see you. You're just watching the YouTube video.
So are you doing the moves though?
Yeah, we do try and do the choreography. Because oftentimes there's 3 people on the screen, right? And so Catherine will be like, she's like, I'm the bear. And I'm like, Roxy's like, I'm the cowboy. And I'm like, I'll be the whatever, the sunflower, right? And then you all just have to match their moves. Really? Yeah. Oh my God. That happens a lot in our house.
Wow.
Like a lot in our house. That's on,
I would be very interested to see you as a sunflower
I'm sure
doing
you
a dance.
I'm sure you would.
Choreographed dance.
Yeah.
Next YouTube video on the Roz Weston
my
YouTube
problem
channel.
is I always get hurt. Right?
What do you mean?
I don't, because either Catherine or Roxy will wind up inadvertently hurting me, right? Like
like bumping into you?
Yeah, or just slapping me in the face while they're doing like some big turn or some big move or whatever. Catherine kicked me in the nuts the other day. We were playing laser tag, right?
Yeah.
We were playing laser tag.
Sounds like you guys lived in Pee-wee's Playhouse.
I know we do. So we kept Roxy up late the other night because it gets dark so late now. Yeah. So we turned off all the lights and we grabbed the laser tag guns and we started playing laser tag. And at the end of it, Catherine and Roxy gang up on me. So they switched their guns to being a team against me. So it's me against the 2 of them. And the house is pitch black and we're running around and finding hiding spots and upstairs, downstairs, shooting each other with the laser tag guns.
Yeah.
And then I was just about to go into the living room and smoke Roxy because she only had 1 life left on her gun. Yeah. And then I turn around and Catherine goes, hey, Rox, it's real easy. If you wanted to get away, all you got to do is just kick him in the nuts. Oh! And Catherine meant to like jokingly kick me somewhere close to the nuts, but because it's chaos and there's laser tag and it's war and it's dark, she fully sacked me in the middle of the living room.
Oh
right?
my God. And you went down.
Yeah. And then guess what happened?
What?
Zing, 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 zing. They start shooting me. Right?
Well, you're pissed off.
Yeah, they start shooting me as I'm lying on the couch, like face down with one hand around my throat to make sure that my nuts aren't there, and my other hand on my groin to make sure that they are still there.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Well, I then lose the game.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, so I don't know what we were talking about, but I got kicked in the nuts.
You have a song together.
Yeah.
At Kiss925 is where you'll find us on Instagram every week. Ask your question. We will try our best to answer.
Oh, Roz, don't forget we have a song together too.
Which is what, Maury?
Oh, the Righteous Brothers, Unchained Melody.
No, we don't.
It was
That's
once
just
on in the car.
Super weird, man.
You weren't there. You were there in spirit.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10
on Kiss 92.5.
Kiss925.com.
Or download the Kiss 92.5 app.